Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and today we have an official update by the voice actor of Goku himself. It's nothing too major, however, I found this very interesting. It's just an extra piece of information for us to discuss, and plus, it honestly does give us a bit more insight about the game in general. So without further ado, please make sure to drop a like on today's video and let's hop straight into it. So first and foremost, massive thanks to Rolo for asking the question and also providing the clip for us. I believe Sean was live streaming at the time, and Rolo asked Sean what he could say about Sparking Zero. Obviously, Sean can't say too much about the game because it's not out just yet, and he doesn't want to break any NDA guidelines, which is totally understandable, right? But this is his answer to Rolo's question.
What I can say legally about Sparking Zero is that you're going to love it. I put 60 or 70 or 80 hours into it as a voice actor, maybe longer. It's going to be amazing. I can't tell you about it at all. I just think you're going to love it, and I am going to stream it on this channel when it comes out.
So first, he says that the game is going to be amazing, which, you know, that's a given because of the gameplay that they provided for us a while back in March and all of the different character trailers. Literally, with each character trailer that drops, the game seems to be getting better and better. I mean, we know the quality is second to none. Top notch. This might even be like one of the greatest Dragon Ball games in all of history. But the second thing he says is that we're going to love Sparking Zero. And the third thing, which is the main point for today's video, is that he put 60 through 80 hours of work as a voice actor. How insane is that? Give it up to the entire Dragon Ball voice acting cast, because that is way too cool in my personal opinion. And this is just Sean Schemmel. Of course, he is like the main character of Dragon Ball, you know, Goku. We have many different variations of Goku, but, you know, there's us also, Christopher Sabat, who voices Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Vegito, Gogeta, Shenron, and Korin. As for the rest of Sean Schemmel's characters, you know, we have characters, again, like Vegito, Gogeta, characters from Dragon Ball Super, Goku Black, and Super Saiyan Rose, because you know how with specifically the Rose transformation, after he transforms, his voice changes drastically from like that sinister evil style to that elegant, more gentleman-like, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? But as for the base Gokus, we have 4 in total, 3 of them covering all of Z, Z early, mid, and late, and we have 1 base Goku for Dragon Ball Super. I'm looking forward to the story mode just because we haven't gotten an entire Dragon Ball Super storyline in a Dragon Ball game before. You know, looking at Xenoverse 2, Fighters, Dragon Ball The Breakers, or even Kakarot, no super content. Well, to be fair, we've gotten a little bit of that with the DLCs, like Xenoverse 2 has been branching out into more super stuff, but now I think they're going to be going back to like their original time breaker formula, stuff like that. But you know what I mean? A legitimate Dragon Ball game covering the entire Dragon Ball Super story, that is going to be insane. Of course, 60 through 80 hours of work branches out to many different things. We have in-game dialogue. We have a perfect example of that. Vegeta going up against Goku right here.
Oh, I won't be losing this one, Vegeta.
But there's more to it, you know, the special character interactions in regards to the intros. We have the character outros, in-game dialogue, you know, something similar to the Rage and Blast series when you pick certain characters that fought in the anime. For example, Majin Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 versus Goku Super Saiyan 2. You know how we get that epic dialogue throughout the battle? Yeah, that could very well happen here as well. Not entirely sure. I don't think that has been confirmed. But, you know, extra dialogue through super attacks like the Kamehameha right there, and even transformations and ultimate attacks. I believe if we skip forward, yeah, Goku transforms, and this is what he says.
Do you want to see what I'm capable of?
So it's not just the story mode, right? I know everybody's looking forward to the story mode aspect. Don't get me wrong, I am as well, but here is super attack. Some dialogue right there. You see how it pops up on screen, and even for the ultimate attacks, y'all already know.
Break through the limit! Me!
So I've actually been seeing some people say that they're reusing some of the original voice lines from the classic Tenkaichi series in Sparking Zero, which I think is true because I also noticed some of that. This is from the Goku vs. Vegeta Rivals trailer. We do hear Goku say, "Now I'm angry," which is literally from the classic Tenkaichi 3 series.
I'm angry.
I'm angry, and here's the original footage from BT3. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because I'm seeing some people, not a lot, saying that they don't necessarily like this. Me personally, I think this is great. I don't mind them reusing some of the original lines just because normally, at least I think, when you create a sequel, you would use some original voice lines or assets from the previous title, right? So it only makes sense to me. I don't mind this one bit just because of that nostalgic factor to it. I mean, at the end of the day, Sean Schemmel did say that, you know, he put 60 to 80 hours of voice acting work. So for some of the people out there that are saying this game is going to be filled with reused dialogue, no, man, that's not the case at all. Maybe there might be some lines here and there, like that Goku one we just heard, but to be fair, that could potentially be a placeholder for the trailer, right? So maybe they might go back and redo some of the classic lines. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I don't think people should be bugging out if they just use or reuse some of the classic lines. Again, this is going to be their very first time covering the entirety of Dragon Ball Super, man. All the different story sagas. Yeah, we have the God Destruction, you know, going up against Beerus. I guess you can consider that Dragon Ball Z, but you know what I mean. The Beerus arc, the Golden Frieza arc, the Universe 6 saga, you know, hits going up against Goku, Blue Kaioken times 20. That's new. Blue Kaioken is new. What else? The Future Trunks arc with Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Does he voice Zamasu and merge Zamasu as well? Not entirely sure. I don't think so. I think that's a different voice actor. But we have the big one, Tournament of Power, Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. You know, the story is going to be top notch for sure. We even have the movies. The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie has been confirmed, so we can get some extra dialogue from that respective part of the storyline. But you know, future DLC, this is just the base game. 80 hours of voice acting work plus more. He also said plus more. Now here we have you know, more of the different audio lines, I guess, by Sean, because, you know, going back to what I said, with each transformation, sometimes his voice does change. Again, like the Goku Black to Super Saiyan Rose, very different. Another example would be, you know, base form Goku jumping to Super Saiyan 3. The voice is just very different. Here we have original base Goku here.
My name is Goku and Earth is my home.
Obviously, he's a lot more pure-hearted, more calm, no anger behind it. And if we jump over to the, let's see, Super Saiyan 3 transformation, just for an example. Oh, what's going on?
This is what I call Super Saiyan 3.
You can hear like the voice differences, right? So 80 hours of work is just insane for all the different transformations and characters. I just can't honestly wait to play Sparking Zero, but let's put this in perspective real quick. Here we have Sean confirming how many hours he put into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We all know this is a single-player game. The story is extremely vast, and, you know, just listen to what he has to say.
This game was really fun to record, and I recorded over 30 hours just for the original content alone, and one of the DLCs was almost as much as the original game.
So that's 30 hours for the base Kakarot game alone, and then an additional 30 for one of the DLCs. That's a total of 60 hours. And if we compare that to Sparking Zero, he confirmed that he put 60 through 80 hours of voice acting work. And I believe it takes about 20 or even 30 hours to complete the entirety of the base game of DBZ Kakarot. So that gives us a general idea, I guess you could say. I mean, I don't want to confirm anything, but the Sparking Zero storyline, you know, the work that Sean Schemmel put into the game itself, it seems like it's going to be a very long and time duration type of game, which is going to be great, man. What If sagas, the main story sagas, it's just going to be an epic time for sure. But also, over here we have this interview. This was over I believe, at DreamCon. So massive thanks to them for hosting this. But the interviewer, I believe, asked what's the difference between voicing anime and games, right? Because obviously Dragon Ball, for example, we have the anime and games. So this is not him talking about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, because this was uploaded years ago before Sparking Zero was even announced. This is just him talking in general through his experience, and this is what he had to say.
So when you do a video game, I'll do 400 cues an hour, lines an hour. But in an animated series, I'll do 30 to 40 lines an hour. And so you'll go through a whole lot more dialogue in 4 hours in a game. And I won't see, even when we do the Dragon Ball games, I don't even see those cutscenes a lot. We just act them out and then they drop it in Japan and we'll see what happens. So that's why the mouth flap doesn't always work right. And then,
just to reiterate, this is not talking about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is just through his general experience. The reason why I'm sharing this in today's video, because I think it gives us a little bit more insight of how many voice lines he does in an hour. And he said he does 400 lines an hour.
60 or 70 or 80 hours into it.
So let's go ahead and pull up the calculator. 400 lines an hour, and he worked 80 plus hours. So yeah, this is going to be bizarre, man. This is going to be bizarre. 80, yep. 32,000 voice lines from Sean Schemmel and Sparking Zero. Not confirmed, this is just going based off of the info that we found today. I did a little bit of research. We don't know if OG Dragon Ball and GT characters are going to be in the game. If so, then that's 2 additional characters, because obviously Sean Schemmel voices Super Saiyan 4 Goku and also the 23rd World Tournament arc Goku from original Dragon Ball. But again, it's not confirmed that OG and GT characters are going to be in the game. So the 60 and 80 hours of work that Sean Schemmel put in Sparking Zero could just be purely off of Z and Dragon Ball Super. And not to mention that Sean Schemmel is a professional, obviously, so the 80 hours of work, some of them he could have done with one take, just because he's been playing as Goku for decades, and, he's a professional, so I'm not saying that he gets all his lines under one take. Obviously, every single line that he has been doing for the game is not going to be in Sparking Zero. Yeah, I'm just rambling now. You guys get the idea. This game is going to be massive. A lot of people are looking forward to it. Thank you guys for the immense support. Stay tuned to the channel for everything Dragon Ball Sparking Zero related, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!